Hello, this is Goku. For someone.
And this is the amazing CJB.
And this is XAM. And Vegito's in the call with us as well.
So sorry. I meant to introduce myself. I am Vegito 1089.
This is Edgar.
And we want to talk about E3. So who wants to start off first?
Well, let's start out. Let's start out clearly. Let's start out with the biggest thing. Like, what was your biggest thing that was revealed at E3? Like, what? So we'll start out. Let's start out with you, Chris. What was the biggest thing that was announced for you?
I'll probably say Metal Gear Solid 5.
Okay.
Metal Gear Solid 5 for me as well.
I hate to say it, MGS5 for the win.
You, Edgar.
Ed, are you asleep or what? You know, just when we need Ed to speak, he never speaks.
Okay, I'll go next.
Alright.
Zelda Wii U all the way. That trailer was amazing. An open world Zelda game like an Elder Scrolls game. That mix is just awesome.
Well, I respect your opinion on that, and here's the thing: Zelda is one of my favorite franchises of all time. But until I see something that's not, trailer footage, there's nothing really for me to expect yet. I know what they're planning for Zelda, and I'm completely excited for that. But I just want to, I want to see what I'm going to be playing first. That's how I get hyped.
Yeah. And that's fine, but I mean, I'm just stating what mine is. Now, is Edgar back, or are we going to go on to the next
Yeah,
one?
I'm here.
Yeah, what was your biggest...
What was your
Mine was the Mortal Kombat one.
Honestly, that was my second favorite out of each three.
That was my most
That's
anticipating.
That's
Well,
my
let's go-
second favorite as well.
But let's go into general talking now. So, because Metal Gear Solid 5 was people's biggest thing, let's start out talking about that, okay?
Shoot.
Yo.
Yeah, sure. Dog, we've been spoilers because I haven't even played Ground Zeroes yet, so we just want to give our thoughts on the trailer, so...
I haven't even played the game before that, unfortunately. I own it, but I haven't played it.
I should be getting Ground Zeroes when Phantom Pain is out, so... yeah.
So, who wants to lead off?
Well, I like the music in it so far. It really matched the trailer. Although, honestly,
Depends on which music. There's several trailers for the Metal Gear Solid 5 game.
you know, that nuclear song.
Well, nuclear is cool. Although I'm still addicted to Sins of the Father.
Yeah, I wonder when that's gonna get a full release. And speaking of which, I think Big Boss covered in blood. I think that's gonna be trailer footage only.
Yeah.
I already know it's not trailer footage, and I can 200% guarantee it's not it's trailer footage, based on the fact that I've seen 3 scenes in that trailer where he's one where in the beginning where he's walking around the destroyed debris of a town with blood covering him. If you look in the back, you can actually see the blood. Another when you actually see him around flames, which is probably the town, and he's covered in blood again, and Big Boss back in the same smoky debris spot again, screaming at the sky, and again covered in blood. This is definitely not trailer footage. This is definitely a major part of the plot.
So,
But what?
so you would say that Big Boss is definitely going to turn to the dark side then, in this game?
It's pretty clear, dude. Even the theme song pretty much screams it out for you.
Here's the thing. I've been saying this would happen during Peace Walker and all this shit when that was like new. I'm like, Big Boss is gonna change and turn into the bad guy. And Metal Gear fans keep saying, no, he wouldn't. Snake would never do that. And that's the thing that people seem to not realize about Big Boss. They keep personifying Big Boss as Snake. You know, the Solid Snake. When they seem very alike, but the thing is, both have completely different personalities. you know, and no one even sees that. They both have completely different personalities, ideologies, everything. You don't think there's going to be a gaping difference between them? There's a reason why Solid Snake hates Big Boss so much.
Yeah. Do you like Kiefer Sutherland's voice then?
He's okay.
I like it. The only problem is that they changed his voice a little bit too early, but that's more of a hiccup in the plot than a plot hole. Because
Yeah.
but to sum it up, we all knew Big Boss's voice was going to change. It's just that it just happened maybe a little bit too early, but we all knew it was going to change eventually, so it's not really that surprising. Second, but what I do have a gripe about is that fans say, oh, his voice shouldn't change in general, he should remain Snake. I'm like, again, it's those fans that keep personifying Big Boss as Solid Snake. And secondly, when Big Boss changes personality-wise and becomes more evilish, so to speak, I wonder, it would kind of break my heart to see, like, Solid Snake, esque, like, sort of saying that, with David Hayter's voice. But, but since Big Boss is growing old and he's changing over the time, it seems pretty fitting that, not only his voice has changed, but, his personality has changed a lot. It makes you feel like he's become a different character than Solid Snake, and that's the point about Big Boss. You need to see him for who he is rather than Solid Snake. You can't make you shouldn't make the comparison to Solid Snake and Big Boss, because every time Big Boss talks about him, every time more different, a lot of other characters. Every time other characters talk about him, not just Solid Snake, they describe him as a much different person than Solid Snake, which he is. In fact, it was such a shock when Big Boss admitted to him that he was his father that it freaked out Big Boss. It was supposed to be a plot twist, and that's the whole point.
Do you expect Solid Snake to be a cameo in this game then?
I actually think he's going to be a main plot of this game.
I think he's gonna have some motive to the plot in the game, but I think they're gonna show him, like, at the very end. But I'm just going by a chance ratio.
Yeah, I'd say Eli is definitely Liquid because of the jackal necklace he was referring to from Metal Gear Solid 1. Yeah, because that quote was saying to Grey Fox, so...
It's obvious.
Yeah, it's obvious.
Yeah.
So obvious, dude. I mean, if the creators tried to whoever leaked that footage, I swear to God, the creators tried to backstep and say, oh no, that's not Liquid Snake. He has a jackal freaking necklace. Yeah, he's the exact time age frame as Solid Snake would be at the time of their birth. You're not fooling no one. Not only that, but his name is Eli, which in the Bible, there was they had the story of Eli and David.
Yeah.
And David is Snake's real name.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not fooling no one here. And someone obviously got fired now because you just broke a plot point right there.
What about Quiet being Chico?
Quiet is not Chico.
Why? Because transsexuals can't happen?
No, it's not the fact that Quiet is not Chico. It's the fact that there's nothing to confirm it as such. Secondly, the actors of the game just flat out said that he is not Chico at all. You'll say, oh, he has blue eyes. Well, guess what? A lot of people have blue eyes. Well, it's because in one of the Brooklyn art jobs, Chico's is standing around a sniper rifle. Guess what? You're in the military. There's tons of guns. You're saying just because there's a sniper rifle near Chico, you're just gonna assume that he's quiet? No, don't work that way. Secondly, there's nothing that remotely relates to them.
I'm gonna laugh when it turns out that he is Quiet, that he is Chico.
Yeah.
And what happens when I turn on? I'm right.
I don't know, man. You were right about the Mortal Kombat thing, which we'll get to later.
Okay, fine. Fine. Okay, we'll make the bet that Quiet is Chico, but But I'm willing to make the bet that he's not.
Do you guys, how about this, do you reckon that the Metal Gear, the original Metal Gear games will be remade for like a sequel
Kojima-
for to that?
Kojima has taken interest in that already.
Oh, okay.
In fact, there's a fan remake going on right now.
That's good.
Although, how do I say this, Vegito? There might be fan remakes right now, but the thing is, those will still be fan projects, and in the end, when Kojima remakes, Metal Gear 1 and 2, in the end, what the fans do is just still fan projects, and what's real canon will be real canon. And Kojima has demonstrated it. Well, he has claimed interest in remaking both Metal Gear 1 and 2 to get rid of a few plot holes that are in the plot.
Yeah. Would you like that, Mark? Mark, you there?
Mark.
Probably busy.
Marky,
Me?
come on.
Yeah, I was going to say, would you like to consider that Kojima could make potentially remade games of the first two Metal Gear games?
That's possible. But one thing I wanted to actually talk about Metal Gear Solid 5 is watching the trailer.
Yeah.
For a couple of things that actually, like, I don't, like, he has a horn in it. It's, I think it's,
It's not a horn. It's either debris or shrapnel that's
no,
punctured
I
into his
understand
head.
what it is. I'm just saying it looks just like a horn, which is supposed to be symbolization, of course. But I'm just saying, that doesn't seem like something we could easily take out.
That's what it symbolizes? Gee,
No, it's supposed to symbolize some kind. It's supposed to be symbolizing Big Boss becoming a demon or something, a demon of
Yeah,
war.
that's what I'm saying.
that's what I'm saying. That's what it symbolizes? Gee, well, gee, that's a new one right there.
Yeah. But if there was to make a live-action Metal Gear Solid film, who would you consider as a good Snake? I'll probably say Hugh Jackman, probably.
Hugh Jackman's too old.
Hollywood is frozen to the wayside they're frozen to the wayside on making such a movie right now because Metal Gear Solid's plot is so goddamn good that they're afraid of what they should adapt and what they should not adapt, getting the right actors and all that stuff. I mean, how do I put this? Ever since Metal Gear Solid 2, Hollywood has been giving a very, how do I put this? It's been they've had their eyes hovered on the entire Metal Gear Solid franchise, and ever since 2, they've been admiring them. Then when 3 came out, how do I put this? They remained frozen to the way. Well, okay, they were just in jaw drop to 3, and then when 4 came out, they remained frozen to the wayside of how good the plot was. Well, how do I put this? They're wondering if they can even adapt such a thing. Literally, and they don't even know where to start technically, whether with Metal Gear Solid 3 or the first Metal Gear games. Metal Gear 1 and 2.
I think they should start with Metal Gear Solid because that was obviously it's the most popular one in the series. So
being the most popular doesn't mean it's good story-wise, man. Because if you go on part 1,
yeah,
we'll be missing out on Snake's story and Big Boss's story. We'll just see that Snake's already an experienced warrior, and we know nothing about him.
Ah, but Vegito, you forget, we were sort of introduced to Metal Gear most people were sort of introduced to Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 1. Now granted, it is after Big Boss and Solid Snake, but here's the thing, it was after the prequels. Now the prequels can give away some plot elements, but here's the thing. I say they should just start with Metal Gear 1 and 2 rather than start at Metal Gear Solid, because if they, and then do the prequels after, because the prequels the prequels, how do I put this? The prequels can add the prequels can add more to the lore, while the main series with Solid Snake can add all the plot twists.
Because I was thinking you could do a trilogy on Solid Snake and then do a trilogy on Big Boss. That could be possible.
It could be possible.
Well, well, that's what I said. Do the prequels last, which would count. Okay, doing the Snake Eater syndrome near the end, but
Yeah.
but the thing is, you know what? I think it's worth it to do that because. Yeah, I think it's worth it to do that because Solid Snake's story has a lot more plot twists.
I liked Mark's idea. Do you remember when you said about James Bond elements in Metal Gear Solid? Did you say something about that, Mark?
Well, I don't exactly know what you were quoting. I have said that because Christian, why can't I think of his name? The director that did the Dark Knight movies.
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan. Because Christopher Nolan said he wanted to do a Bond film, I thought, why not put him on? If you could get him for the Metal Gear Solid movie, I think he'd be perfect. I think his tone,
he would be perfect. He would be perfect. The Christopher Nolan is an expert on exposition and also he's an expert on exposition. So he'd be perfect for that. But we need someone that can also carry on the good sci-fi. And there's nothing wrong with having two directors.
Well, no, but he's doing a sci-fi movie. He's done sci-fi movies. I think he could do fine. And he's really good at weaving confusing narratives together.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of those type movies, and Metal Gear Solid would be a confusing narrative movie.
I was going to say XMM. You said about the sci-fi part of it. Did you say?
There's a lot of sci-fi in Metal Gear that rivals Marvel.
Yeah. Would you like Ridley Scott or James Cameron in that particular team, or?
James Cameron?
Mm.
Remind me who he was again.
He's the guy who did Terminator 1, 2, he did the Aliens, and he did Avatar.
Oh no! No, he's a little bit too sci-fi. We need something more, again, a little more like Marvel sci-fi because how do I put this? In the Metal Gear in the 1990s, they had tanks with fucking legs. Tanks with fucking legs, for fuck's sakes. In the 1970s, they had drones that could fly and shit. In the 1960s, they had the frickin' Shagohod that can launch a nuclear. They used the first stage of a rocket for a nuclear IRBM.
Mm.
Damn.
And they placed that on a tank.
I'd love to see Metal Gear in live action. It'd be so sick. Like, actually Metal Gear Rex coming to life and everything, and you have Liquid in the pod, like. It'd be so amazing.
Not only that, but it's not just the Metal Gears. You have to deal with Naomi's nanomachines. You have cybernetic cyborgs, cybernetic cyborg ninjas, and you also have Did I say nanomachines already? Yeah.
Yeah, you did in the army. Yeah.
And what else is there? Shit.
You don't need all those elements. You don't need all those elements. I mean, like, Raiden, I don't think is a character you need to explore in the films.
Yeah, well,
kind
but watching in Metal Gear Solid 2, you kind of have to. He's like the main focus.
Where are they going? What story are they going to tell? I mean, for instance, you could just do the prequel stories. You could start out with Metal Gear 1. I mean, you don't need to do those elements. And I mean, there are places they can go. There are things they can...
Okay, we'll get to Raiden later.
I guarantee you this now. Let me just say this. I guarantee you this right now. If they do Metal Gear Solid 1 and they do a sequel, Raiden will not be the main character. There is no way they'll switch that in the movie.
I don't know, dude. In fact, they can somehow make Solid Snake and Raiden both the main character. That's kind of how it was in that's kind of how it was in Metal Gear Solid 2, even though you weren't playing as Snake. Okay, well, you were playing Snake in the tanker mission, but he wasn't technically the main character. And secondly, now I think they can do a Metal Gear story with Raiden as the main character, as long as they have Snake somewhere in the background. Because how do I put this? Metal Gear Solid did not solely specifically Metal Gear Solid solely did not specifically put their whole story around Solid Snake, even though he was a big part of the series. You got
Yeah.
Solid Snake, you got Raiden, you got Big Boss, you got you know, and then there's the supporting cast who have a major part in the whole entire thing. In fact, almost every single character is painfully critical to the series, and it's very that's why Hollywood is very frozen to the wait side in even making like Metal Gear Solid movies.
Yeah.
In fact, Raiden's dilemma sort of affects Solid Snake's dilemma, which is another reason that they can still make a Metal Gear Solid 2 movie with Raiden in it. But here's the thing. In MGS4, of course, Raiden's not going to be the main character because he never was the main character in MGS4. So he'll just be a supporting character, of course. Now, as for the prequels, I said this before. Those would have to be. I would say those would have to be made to last because throughout the whole entire Metal Gear Solid series, you're bombarded by plot twist. You start with the prequels first. Some of those plot twists will be revealed, and you kind of don't want to have that.
Yeah, it'd be good for the audience, wouldn't it? To be surprised. So.
Yet again,
yeah.
I'm just telling you the different angles they can do, the different
I know.
the different ways they can go. There are three games that they can make the movie based on. Metal Gear Solid, or Metal Gear Solid 3. Those are three starting points.
It's true. They can start with Snake Eater or Metal Gear 1. That's definitely a starting point. Now they could start with Metal Gear Solid 1, but I don't recommend it since there's a little bit of backstory there.
Yeah.
Metal Gear 1's Metal Gear 1 is technically Snake's. Well, okay, it's not Snake's first mission, but it's like the mission that starts all. It's basically the mission that starts all the cliff notes.
Yeah, but you could have that backstory with flashbacks or something, like connection with Grey Fox and.
You say that now. Okay, here's the thing.
People
But
bitch about flashbacks. I mean, look at Man of Steel.
okay, wait a second. Wait a second, Vegito. You say that now, but until Kojima remakes the first two Metal Gear games, you won't be saying that anymore. Like, yeah, I recommend either Metal Gear 1 or well, here's what I recommend: Metal Gear 1 or Snake Eater. I highly recommend Metal Gear 1, especially after Kojima remakes Metal Gear 1 and 2.
Yeah.
It's not, and it won't be hard for Kojima to remake Metal Gear 1 and 2 because those two remakes can fit in one game, especially if he's going to save it for the next console or the end of the PS4 era.
Okay.
What about Metal Gear Rising? Should you do a movie about that?
No.
Why not?
No.
Rising's awesome.
No, it's a fun game, but no offense, it doesn't make too much sense plot-wise. But then again,
soundtrack.
but Platinum was never good at making too many good plots.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah.
What about the teams like the Cobra Unit, the Foxhound and Dead Cell?
Well, if they make movies based on these games, then yeah, they'll be making an appearance. I mean, yeah, it's nothing to. I mean, Foxhound, the Cobra units, all that stuff. Yeah, that's a no-brainer for them to put in because you know that a lot.
Mark.
Yeah.
They were just sort of extensions of but they were part of the Bob's family.
Yeah, Mark, I can see, Colonel Volgan. I can see Darth Lundgren for some reason.
Okay. Yeah, I can kind of agree with you on that.
What about you, XM? you reckon Darth Vader would look like Colonel Logan?
I'm one of those types of people until I see the actor and see his performance. If I see the actor and I see his performance, I make judge on that. You see, I've never been the best at I've never really been the best at well, actually, I've never been the best at deciding any actors, but. But when it comes to Metal Gear Solid, I have no comments on deciding any actors. I can decide whether the actor is good or not, but me deciding an actor, no.
Okay then. We're going to change topics now. We're going to talk about Nintendo now. So, Mark, you can start things off because, you know, you're probably the most knowledgeable person for Nintendo, so...
Well, we were talking... Wait a second. We were talking about Sony. Weren't we going to talk about Mortal Kombat as well?
Yeah,
exactly.
we're gonna talk about... Yeah, we're going to, like...
Let's switch topics occasionally. We'll get back to Sony in a minute, but let's bring up a topic. Okay, Smash Brothers. Probably the biggest game coming out this year. Any opinions on it?
It looks good.
Why the fuck?
The two new characters that were announced. You guys all know who they are.
Pac-Man is all I know. Why the fuck to put Pac-Man in there?
Oh, Pac-Man.
Namco working on the game, so Namco Bandai, that's their representation. Like, people pretty much, Pac-Man was one of these things that was so highly rumored that we knew it was going to happen, and when it didn't happen in the in their digital event, I was like, so Pac-Man's not. And then later on that day, it was announced. But the other one was, I can't think of her name, but she's a character from Kid Icarus.
Is that the new character?
Yeah, some goddess or something. I don't know her name. I'm not
I
familiar.
don't play Kid Icarus, so I don't know.
I thought she was from some other game, but I guess I could be wrong.
Absolutely from Kid Icarus. Let me look it up.
But my question is, why would you put Pac-Man in there? Pac-Man can't even fight. All he does is eat.
I don't know. They've made other adaptations of Pac-Man. It's actually possible with the right creativity you can actually make them fight. But yeah, I can actually see it. I guess I just don't like the Mii's on Smash Brothers. I mean, I find that kind of lame.
Don't forget Vegito, they did it with Street Fighter Cross Tekken, even though that game is awful.
It seemed fun to me. I thought the only reason why people don't like it is because of the DLC.
Yeah.
I felt the same. That's the reason I never bought the game. Too much DLC.
Well, the DLC was actually locked on the retail disc, which was kind of annoying.
Yeah,
so.
the DLC.
DLC Central.
DLC.
Too much DLC.
DLC, disc locked content.
DLC for characters, DLC for background levels. It was fucking insane.
The new character is Pelutana. And there's actually a level named after her in the game, her temple. Let me just...
What game is she from, Mark?
As I said earlier, just give me a second. I will give you more information on her. She's from Kid Icarus.
Oh, okay.
That's why there was so much Kid Icarus. So let me just... I'm looking up her Wikipedia article right now. She's the goddess of light, rightful ruler of the Angel Lands. That's who she is, okay?
Cool.
Wow, she sounds pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Yes.
I bet she kicked Goku's ass.
Powerful characters. The one thing I will comment on this, her in the game kind of pisses me off, because to me it's kind of spitting in my face. Samus has been there since the beginning. Kid Icarus has been there since Raw. And who gets a secondary character first? Oh, not the character who's been... Now, you could argue Zero Suit Samus. No, that is a freaking insult if you want to call that a secondary character. No, I mean a true secondary character.
I thought the reason they added Kid Icarus first is because he's the main character. So you added a character that's not the main character, which kind of imply a secondary character. Even if she is the ruler of her land, she technically in the story is a secondary character.
No, I understand that. What I'm saying is that from the Metroid series, unless you count Zero Suit Samus, they have that series has never got a secondary character, and Samus has been in there since game one. Samus has been in every single Smash Brothers game, and Kid Icarus has been in one, and he's already getting a secondary character. And to me, that's a little insulting because that's like we're never going to give this character a secondary character. Dark Samus, Ridley, then you have Adam. Right there are three possibilities of secondary characters that they could have went with.
Yeah. I was expecting Solid Snake to be back, so...
I wasn't expecting that because here's the thing: Sony only made a temporary, they only made a temporary deal with Nintendo when they made like Twin Snakes and like shit. So I would assume Miyamoto offered Kojima like, hey, why don't we just put Solid Snake and Brawl, and conveniently enough, his level is based around Shadow Moses, which was the main layout in Twin Snakes, because it was based off Metal Gear Solid 1.
Oh wow, Edgar left.
And Ed just left, but who cares? And but yeah, how do I put this? The only Nintendo thing that Kojima's ever did with in terms of Metal Gear Solid was add Snake Eater to the 3DS. And really, Kojima has not really been that supportive of the Nintendo product, and even when mentioning about the whole Solid Snake and Brawl that sort of thing, Kojima just shrugged it off like, really? Snake's not in Brawl? I was like, well, Miyamoto, if we can get back together, I demand you put Snake in Brawl. he said it in sarcastic terms, so to speak. I never thought Snake was gonna be in the next game, but then again, I really didn't care all that much. Although Doug's oh yeah, by the way, Vegito, Doug8798 seems to care, said, Solid Snake does not have the right to be in Brawl because blah blah blah, Metal Gear Solid sucks and all this other shit. I'm like, really, Doug? You really hate the stuff I like that much?
Wow.
Like what the fuck is your problem? But that's not the point. The point is, I knew Solid Snake wasn't going to be in Brawl for too long, so I just embraced him with all the with all the love I could possibly give, and all the great Easter eggs he's ever put into Brawl, which were awesome. And I just enjoyed him for what he was worth. And now that he's gone, I'll miss him, but he was good. In fact, if there's a character I missed more than Solid Snake, was Mewtwo. Fuck Lucario, man.
I'm surprised Charizard's in it.
Why? He was one of the split characters.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I thought he just
he was Pokemon trainers split characters, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, so they took out Pokemon. So he was the one element that got left over from there, and I'm not surprised because he's a really famous Pokemon. The thing about Solid Snake being there...
Goku. Listen. I didn't hear about this news yet. So they switched Pokemon trainer for just Charizard?
Yes. Every single Snake
I kind of liked it, Pokemon trainer. He was kind of handy. Like, he was like the definitive Pokemon character right there. I mean, no offense to Pikachu fans, but even though Pikachu's an icon, maybe his iconic presence kind of gets dull. I want to see the main character trainers get some shine a little bit. So when they added Pokemon trainers, like, perfect. That's the perfect definitive. That's the perfect definitive Pokemon character right there, because he's Pokemon, and that's what he fights, and he's good for battling too.
Yeah, I agree, because if you have a Pokemon trainer, you could like use Red, and then you can choose like different Pokemon instead of like bringing like different characters into the roster. So
well, the reason they got rid of them is they got rid of all these Switch characters. They got rid of basically if a character switches, they are now a full functioning character now. For instance, Zero Suit Samus is now just a secondary character to Samus. You pick one or the other. Same thing with Zelda and Sheik.
Oh man, I liked it when Zelda switched into Sheik. That bums me.
But yet again, most people use one or the other, and in competitive play, you don't use one or the other, and so you're literally taking a character that's now a little weaker because they don't have that extra move, because that extra move has to be used for switching.
Yeah.
They did.
Well, I can understand that, but I'm more of a person that likes to switch. You know, how do I put this? You see, when I play like Brawl or any other sort of fighting game, I like to switch all the time to change the battle, because I like to be in control of the battle. That's the kind of player I am when I play in fighting games. Whether it's different types of games or specifically other different characters in Super Smash Brothers. When I'm playing Super Smash Brothers, I like to be in control of the fight. So let's say my opponent's getting used to one character's moves, one character's moveset, I change the character to switch it up. Then all of a sudden I have the advantage, because you know they're now fighting on a whole different playing field now.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about this is, one realization you have to think is Smash Brothers is a competitive game. It is an actual, like, it's not like a Dragon Ball Z or a Naruto game where it's just an arcade fun fighting game. No, this is in major tournaments, and so they have to balance these things out to make it more competitive. And that was one of the things they did. It makes sense in that idea.
If switching between characters can't be competitive, that's like one of my big strategies right there.
Yes, but most competitive players use one or the other character, and so you're basically limping that character, because if you're only going to use one, then why have it in there? That's why they did it. That's one reason why they did it.
Oh damn! That just takes a dump on my strategy, but that's fine. That's fine. I can sort of deal with that. I can sort of deal with that. But what I can't. Okay. Here's what I want to know. I know Meta Knight's gonna be in there. The thing is he as overpowered as he is in Brawl? I want to know that.
Yet to be confirmed. Meta Knight has yet to be confirmed.
Yeah. I like the fact that you can use Mii's in the game as well. That's actually interesting. So
yes, and you can customize that.
Oh, I thought he was confirmed to be in the next Super Smash Bros. Games, but I guess I was wrong. But if he is, I hope that to tit sucking Christ, he's not as powerful as he was in the last game. Although I'm happy Mega Man's finally in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mega Man, I think and what I was going to say earlier about Solid Snake is, I think the third-party characters they have this game, with Sonic, Mega Man, and Pac-Man, I think they make more sense for this game. These are more cartoony characters. Solid Snake is supposed to look realistic. He's supposed to be a more realistic character. I don't think he ever made sense. It was cool for one game, and if you want to play him, get Brawl and have fun with that, but I think going forward, I like the third-party characters they have now. I think.
What about Link? And I'm not talking about fucking Toon Link. Fuck that character. I'm talking about Link. What about him? He's supposed to be. Well, okay, he's not really realistic. He's more of anime-ish.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. But here's the thing, okay? Even if you were to bring up Link as an example, Link's one of the pillars of Nintendo. I don't care if they had a pillar that was I don't care if one of their pillar characters was a Call of Duty style shooter. The main character from that Call of Duty shooter, Call of Duty like shooter, would be in this game because it's a pillar. What I'm saying is that you can't make the argument that Solid Snake is a pillar of Nintendo, can you?
Oh, I'm not going to make that argument, because he never was. He's more of a pillar of Sony.
No. He's not. What I'm realistically, he's not. But I'm not going to get
Well,
into that.
well, okay. You can make that argument. I'll make the other argument otherwise. But okay, yeah. But yeah, go on.
Like, if you want to say, like, I mean, they have somewhat pseudo-realistic characters, like the Fire Emblem characters, Little Mac, but they're still cartoony characters. So, I mean...
They seem more anime-ish to me, but yeah.
Well, you get what I mean.
I get what you mean, yeah, definitely.
It's just Japanese cartoon.
Although, okay, I'm in the minority, and I'm in the minority in this, and I'll always be in the minority in this, and people can boo me all they want, and I'll just flip every person in the comment off. I don't fucking care. You know what? I just wish they would just get rid of Toon Link, and yeah, that's it. Just get rid of Toon Link, and this will be the best Super Smash Brothers game ever.
Here's the argument I have to make to that, okay?
Yeah.
If they were to get rid of him and not add another slot, then what's the difference? Just don't use the character. There are a lot of characters here who I probably will never use, but I'm not going to say get rid of them. Why get rid of something that somebody else might enjoy?
Well, I know, but the fact is, okay, here's the thing. Toon Link, okay, in gameplay perspective, is better than you know, regular Link in every friggin' aspect. Why? Because he has cartoon powers. Well, that's the aspect of his abilities. He can jump higher. He can run faster. He has quicker reflexes than Link. He's just essentially a better character in every way. Therefore, every time people have to choose between Toon Link and regular Link, they would automatically choose Toon Link all the time, making and the reason being is to get how to do this. And every time people would choose Toon Link, the regular Link would not get any shine. That's why I'm saying, you know what? I wish they would take out Toon Link, because it just makes regular Link useless. Now people say, well, why don't we just get rid of regular Link? I was like, because I fucking hate Toon Link. That's why.
No, but here's my argument here. So your problem is not Toon Link. Your problem is that you don't like how you don't like how good they make regular Link. So make regular Link better, and then your problem will be out the window.
You know, you're absolutely right. I'm sorry. I was blinded by my hatred by Toon Link. Sorry.
I mean, there are solutions.
You are absolutely right on that one. I'm serious. Make regular Link better. I don't want Toon Link to outshine regular Link, because it makes regular Link it makes regular Link, like, there's no point in playing him if there's a superior Link out there. And they always bring in Toon Link, but then again, I question again, why do they keep bringing in Toon Link? Because Wind Waker is over with and done with, but we had to remake Wind Waker again just to keep Toon Link relevant. God fucking damn it, I just fucking hate Wind Waker.
Okay, and that's fine. You can hate that game. That's perfectly fine. Okay, we've been talking about this for a while. Let's go on to
Legend of Zelda.
Yes,
let's go on to Legend of Zelda. It was a really quick...
Oh, we haven't talked about that yet?
No, it was a really quick, it was a really quick thing. I like it. I can't wait for it. I think the new Link looks cool.
I think it's demo.
I think it's possible. XAM. You being somebody who doesn't like Wind Waker, do you hate the fact they're going back to cell shading?
How do I put this? In Skyward Sword, there was cell shading, but not to the absurd degree like Wind Waker. So, as long as they stick to Skyward Sword territory, you know, I'm actually perfectly fine with that.
Well, how I've said it is, it's like if Wind Waker and Skyward Sword had a baby, this would be it. It's kind of in the middle of those two,
You mean if Wind Waker and Twilight Princess had a baby?
No. Skyward Sword. I think more Skyward Sword.
Wind Waker and Skyward Sword had a baby. Oh, you're talking about this game. Well, I have to see the real in-game footage first. This, as we know that saw in that little, teaser right there was just trailer footage, not really the real game. I'm the type that likes to see the game first rather than just make assumptions until later.
You have no idea. Some of that could have been in game. Some
Well,
of it did.
I can't know for sure. That's the thing. I mean, it could be a cutscene from the real game, but I don't know. I mean, I want to see more.
Some of that horseback seemed like it could have actually been actual gameplay from the game. Now the game is not coming out till late next year, and anybody who says that's not been confirmed, it's only 2015. Yes, it's coming out fall of next year. There's no way they would release the Zelda game any sooner than that. That is their big holiday season. It will be in November of next year. I'm willing to bet money on it.
Well, sure. I'm just saying I want to see more before I can make my opinion on that. I just hope they don't go way too far like Wind Waker. Seriously.
And I think you're going to get to see her more later this year. I think the last Nintendo Direct will have gameplay footage of this game. If not sooner, I think the last Nintendo Direct will have gameplay footage.
I'm gonna look at that. I'm gonna look at that trailer again.
Yeah, I like the fact that the game like not open world, like something like Skyrim or something.
Yes.
Doing that route, so it'd be pretty cool. Getting a game with an open world with Zelda that we haven't previously got before.
No, absolutely.
Just again, I'll just. Wow. I mean, the field's looking nice. I mean, Hyrule looks pretty nice. I mean, now again, I can't confirm anything, but this is what it's gonna look like in the game. This actually looks pretty nice. But again, just don't make it over. Just don't make it over absurd like Wind Waker. And again, don't flood the lands.
And people like to say the Wii U is a weak system. No, it's not. It's absolutely not a weak system. It can make gorgeous games on that system. It can't do as many things as the PS4 and the Xbox One, but you can make gorgeous games on that system. You can make games that rival the look of the other two platforms.
Yeah, because of the awesome games on it.
I just watched it, and it looks good. It looks good. I'm happy if the actual game will look like this. Now, now the only thing I want from Link now is his iconic green tunic, and then I'll be all set.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think you'll absolutely get that. But one argument I will make to why I think this is representative in-game footage is, can you think of a Zelda game that has cinematics that didn't look like the in-game footage? Usually the cinematics are in-game footage. I can't think of one. Ocarina of Time?
I can never think of any Zelda game that's had like in-game cutscenes that are separate from the gameplay.
Yeah.
All that shit.
So they've had a history of their cinematics looking like in-game, so this is probably how the game's gonna look. This is probably representative of how the game's actually going to be. Yeah. And so, and for all we know, that could have actually been, that might not even be a cinematic. That could actually all be gameplay.
Yeah.
Obviously, cinematic gameplay to where the angles might not be exactly what you're going to perform, but that could actually be how the game is going to play. Now, obviously, when you have these cinematic gameplay trailers, when you do something like this, you do weird angles sometimes to make it more cinematic, but that doesn't mean it's not in. That doesn't mean that this is not a sequence in the game where you are actually controlling Link. It could very well be. I don't know how likely that is, but I'm just saying it is quite possible. Now, one last thing I will say about the game is, I do think this takes place recently after
Skyward Sword, because you were saying this in your video. You were saying like, Link could be possibly female, and Zelda
You know what?
and Link in Skyward Sword could be the parents. So
We have
You know-
no idea where this will take place at all. I mean, literally, we have no clue where these will take place. In fact, there's...
If you look at that creature, it looks like those robotic things from Skyward Sword. It looks like a big version of those guys.
But you forget in Skyward Sword how do I put this? If they had this stuff in Skyward Sword, then it create the argument that they can still have those things in every other timeline.
No, I understand. I'm just saying that, like,
It's
I'm thinking it's going to be closer to that. I'm thinking this is going to be before, I do think this is going to be after, that's just my guess. Yet again, I could be completely wrong. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Zelda's a franchise that always surprises me on which game the time frame is going to take place in. Like that. Okay, like last Zelda game, I managed to play with Skyward Sword, and I was wondering where that game was going to take place. And when I got the details, when I read up, it was apparently 100 years before Ocarina of Time, and I'm like, am I correct? Was it 100 years before Ocarina of Time? Like, god damn! I'm like, or is it 100 years after the Minish Cap?
yeah,
I don't know. It was, but god damn, like, no one was expecting that.
it's about time they had the timeline as well, because it is the first game in chronological order as well. So
Because all the time, all the time in Zelda, I just been hoping for a sequel for, like, all the bridging ends of the timeline. Whether it's that. Well, okay. I'm not really interested in the Wind Waker side of the timeline. After what's it called, after Zelda 3, or no, after Zelda 2, which might make it Zelda 3, or what was that one game that was in the child timeline? What was the last one?
was it Link to the Past? Am I right?
No, it was not Link to the Past.
No, it was Four Swords Adventure.
Yeah, it was Four Swords Adventure. I could look it up right now because I actually have the Hyrule Historia book, but you kind of caught me on the spot right now. So yeah. I was hoping for a Zelda game that took place after Zelda 2 or after Four Swords Adventure, but maybe that's just me getting some wishful thinking.
Looking at that E3 trailer, I do think the Link in that is a female by the facial expression.
A female? What?
It looks like
I don't think it's
female.
I don't think it's female. Link's not a female.
Well, he is a fairy.
Oh, very funny.
No, he's not. He's a Hyrulean. He's not a fairy.
No, it's Peter Pan.
I agree with Goku on this one. Link's always been a Highland, not really a fairy. The only reason he has those big ears is because Highlands, well, back in ancient times, it's said that they were able to speak to the gods, but they evolved to the point where they can't do that anymore. Although people do say, they do call Link a fairy. You know what? I do miss Navi. I do wish they'd bring her back. Yeah, I know I'm gonna get hate for that, but whatever. I like Navi. She's cool.
Hey!
I have that on my text, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so what's the next thing?
Listen.
There was one more I wanted to talk about. Mario Maker. That looks really, really good.
Yeah, I think that looks interesting. They have to do a lot of work, but yeah, on it to make it cool. But it's an interesting idea. I hope it's a budget title. I hope it's like $15.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll go on to Sony now. So we're going
So
on
I
this
guess
week
we're gonna
after.
talk about Mortal Kombat, huh?
Yeah, we'll talk about Mortal Kombat now.
Mortal Kombat.
Vegito and me have mixed opinions on that, but only because the only reason I have a little bit of mixed opinions is because Well, how do I put this? I'm only optimistic on the fact that I don't know how the game's gonna be like yet. However, however, we do have some things to sort of fear for the next Mortal Kombat game, but other than that, the gameplay looks great. But story-wise, we had some conflicting opinions, so to speak. But not now you might think, oh, we have all bad to say about the story. No, there's just some stuff we fear for the story a little bit.
There's about two things I don't like about the story so far. The fact that it takes place 25 years after Mortal Kombat 9, and the second is that Johnny Cage and Sonya actually got together and had a kid. And I thought that was bullshit.
I don't know. In the original timeline, their relationship, they never really had a relationship because they never really hung out, so to speak. They had sort of well, okay, I wouldn't say I'm not gonna say this thing was a full blown relationship, but they had sort of an on and off thing going on, but it never really got off the ground. My theory is that maybe that on and off thing maybe led to another thing. And who knows? Maybe it may spark something, but that's just it.
Yeah, but come on, man. Sony always had a thing for Jax.
Well, I know I know, but the fact is, Jax is dead. He's deader than that. He's dead dark meat. He's not coming back.
Alright.
So basically, Johnny Cage is a rebound then.
Yeah.
What?
He's a rebound.
Oh, he's a rebound. I get it. Now 25 years. Okay, I get it. But Ed Boon said there's gonna be aged characters of the old Mortal Kombat characters still fighting. So I'm not gonna rule them all out. Maybe we're just afraid. Maybe we're both just afraid that we won't see the old Mortal Kombat characters again. But Ed Boon said that okay. He said no, there's nothing to fear. That you're gonna see them again, just more aged and more experienced.
I think
So I guess that's kind of cool. Some people don't like Casey Cage. Here's the thing: I want to see her in action before I make an assumption. I think she can be cool if we
No, wait.
No,
wait. They already told us about her personality. She has a seriousness of Sonya and the cocky attitude of Johnny Cage. I already don't like that mixer.
I want to see it before. I want to see it before I make an opinion.
And plus, she punches guys in the balls. I don't like that.
Johnny Cage punched people in the balls.
Well, that was sort of his thing.
And you think the daughter of him can't do the same thing?
Well, they're gonna have she's gonna have split powers of Sonya's and Johnny's in her. So
after all, it's implied that she was trained by both Johnny and Sonya.
Oh, by the way, can you believe they actually called her Casey Cage when Johnny Cage isn't even his real name? It's John Carlton.
Yeah, I'll admit that's a goof up by Ed Boon right there. But I think but Vegito, I cannot believe you left this out. Okay. Maybe this might not be a total downer, but maybe we're just okay. Let's quote what Ed Boon said. Who's gonna be the big bad for the next Mortal Kombat? He is not confirmed it's Shao Kahn, but it's not even a Mortal Kombat villain, but it's an old Mortal Kombat character. He didn't say it's a villain. He said it's a Mortal Kombat character that will make a return. And us being Liu Kang fans are worried that Ed Boon, are you gonna make Liu Kang the fire god after all, and you're gonna make him evil and all that shit? Please don't do that.
Yeah, because we know Shinnok's not going to be the main villain or the main final villain.
Well, Ed Boon has said that on Twitter already. We know he'll have involvement, but he won't be the main villain.
Yeah, I think the most interesting character in the roster is Shao Kahn's descendants.
Yeah, Kotal Khan.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him.
He's a blue guy with a big sword.
Sweet.
But I don't know how the hell he's related to Shao Kahn because he doesn't look like the same race as Shao Kahn.
Maybe Shogun boned a different race.
Exactly.
Well, how many new characters have they confirmed in the game yet?
4.
24. 24.
No, there's 4 new characters, but there's only 24 total.
New characters, never before used characters.
Oh, 4
Like
never...
I-
okay,
that's
so
what
it's
I-
4...
that's-
Okay,
that's
so
what
it's,
that's what I'm
okay,
saying.
so it's 4 new so it's 4 new characters and 24... 24... okay, it's 20... It's 20 old characters and 4 new characters. Wow.
No, dude. No, it's not that. I said there's 4 new characters, and it's going to be 24 characters total.
Oh.
24, they have confirmed it's only going to be 24 characters total.
The select screen shows 24 characters.
Okay. That's a little
Although-
disappointing.
Although I'm really hoping for DLC, and I know it's wishful thinking, but
Yeah.
but I hope they add horror characters again. I want Ashley J. Williams to be the next DLC character. Fuck Jason, he's not really a fighter anyway. He's more of a slasher and a murderer. I want someone that can actually fight for once. So bring in Ash Williams. He's fatality heavy. He's fatality heavy. He can actually fight. And honestly, everything he does is Mortal Kombat worthy when it comes to fighting.
Do you think he can take on Scorpion?
Yeah, I think he can take on Scorpion, definitely. But will he have trouble? Yeah. Well, are you saying continuity-wise?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought Ed Boon says there's going to be no guest characters in the actual roster.
No, he did say that. He said that Kratos isn't going to be in here because he doesn't want to repeat it.
Oh,
last
okay.
year.
Yeah, Freddy won't be making a second appearance this time. Like, okay, you could have, here's the thing, you could have both Jason and Ash in the DLC. Just
Oh,
I
I don't want Jason. I want the Predator.
That'd be interesting. I'd like to
Well,
see...
well, here's the thing. It depends on how much Ed Boon decides to put in there, considering the fact that DLC stopped it early because, people were unlocking the deleted content in the game, and Ed Boon got pissed.
I think Spawn would be interesting.
Spawn? Nah, I don't know about that.
Nah, I don't think so, dude. Don't count on it. It's more likely Ed Boon will do horror characters again. So again, but Ashley Williams in there, not. Okay. I mean, I know there's people that want Jason. Fine. If you want to have him in there, fine. Just have him with. Just have Ash and Jason. All right, there you go. Or and if you want to do the pair, good. You can have him too. But you're gonna have to decide between Jason or the Predator because. Once we get to the third, once we get to the second one, there's going to be hardly any room for a third, or so we think.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on it, Mark? Did you watch the trailer?
I don't know if there. I saw one trailer. The one that I don't know how many trailers there was. I showed the one. I saw the one that showed the two. I believe the 2 new characters.
Yeah.
It had Scorpion versus Sub-Zero, but then it had another fight going on. I saw that trailer. I don't know if there was more.
Oh, that woman. She's half bug and half human.
Yeah, Devora.
Yeah.
And then there's a Farah. She's actually a little girl.
Yeah. Who's that?
She's not a goblin like people think she is.
Yeah. Who's that big character?
I think his name was Tor. I'm not sure. But she's the little girl basically controls the giant thing. You can't do a fatality on the little girl because once you beat the character, she pretty much runs away.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks because she sounds annoying, and I want to do fatalities on a little kid.
Yeah.
There are one thing they did confirm, and is that there will be 3 different versions of each character, from what I've heard.
Yeah, no, there'll be 3 different fighting styles.
Yeah, 3 fighting styles, and I know there is one with the. I know there is one with the big dude that does not have the little girl.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm saying Quan Chi and Shinnok should be in the roster, definitely.
They'll most likely be in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, most
Plus-
likely,
plus he's
because
doing a lot of
we know that Quan Chi and Shinnok We know we know they'll show up, and we know they'll show up. They just won't be the big baddies. Meaning that, yeah, they'll be in the roster.
Hey, do you think Kung Lao's gonna be in the game?
Kung Lao?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh, how about Baraka?
Yeah, I do think so. Which kind of pisses me off. Like, you kill out that many characters in Mortal Kombat, yet Baraka is one of the few you keep living. It's stupid. He's one of the okay. Gameplay wise, he's very useful. Well, but here's the thing. Story wise, he's the most pathetic sack of shit ever. Anyone can beat him.
Do you think we're gonna see Naga and Dragon Egg?
I don't. Maybe not, dude. Only they're gonna put Naga in there.
Yeah, we were speculating Onaga would be in there, but Ed Boon, well this last hint, he kind of was last hint. He gave us doubts now. Again, Ed Boon says we'll see the return of another Mortal Kombat character, not villain, or so we're wondering who it is, and we're just hoping it's not Luke.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a very big surprise.
Hoping it's not.
What did you say,
What?
Vegito?
No, Ed Boon said it's supposed to be a very big surprise that no one will see coming.
What, for the villain?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for the big bad.
yeah. So we think it's gonna be Liu Kang because he's a pure part. He's a chosen one. It's like there's no way he could become bad.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, that's our theory. It's not confirmed if Liu Kang's gonna be the main villain or not. We just know that Ed Boon clearly said, and I quote, we will be seeing the appearance of a more common. Sure. We have not revealed who it is, but we're at the moment. But it's going to be a very big surprise for everyone out there. So he's not even saying it's a villain. He's saying it's a Mortal Kombat character. And if it is a, and let's say, so this could be a, so how do this could be a character. It's a good guy becoming bad. A good guy becoming bad.
Yeah.
Okay. When I heard that, I was just making sure you didn't say what I thought you said. Is that I'd have been Liu Kang better be in this game. It pisses me off when they don't put him in a Mortal Kombat.
They killed him off in Deadly Lines, didn't they?
Yeah, but he went back as a zombie.
Oh.
Well, here's the thing. We wish he'd be in the game, but there's a chance he won't be in this game because, Ed Boon's. Well, I know Liu Kang's supposed to be the main character, but Ed Boon's been lately keep him from being the main character because, well, face it, he's too good. And I'm not talking personality-wise. I'm talking about as a character. He literally you have him around. There's nothing to fear.
Yeah. I was thinking that Mortal Kombat 10 would be like a rebooted timeline of Mortal Kombat 4 instead of an original story. So
Well, to be fair, this is me and XAM's theory. This is me and XAM's theory. I don't think it's gonna go the same because I think Shinnok and Quan Chi know about the alternate time skip, the alternate time universe, timeline.
Where that Raiden was paradoxing the timeline. So our theory is that Quan Chi was to make Quan Chi's aware of this, so he's now manipulating the timeline to make sure that the NetherRealm succeeds.
I think Quan Chi and Shinnok both know.
Yeah, I think that. We think they both know.
Because go ahead.
I was going to say, can he still potentially go to Armageddon, the timeline?
Possibly.
It's possible, but we don't know. We technically don't know because here's the thing: it's not the original timeline is no longer the past anymore. It's technically an alternate universe now, considering the fact that they paradox the time. Not only they paradox the time. Yeah, they pretty much paradox the timeline. So either the timeline is gone, the original timeline is gone forever, or it's now an alternate universe that was now completely that was completely taken over by Shao Kahn. So even if they went back to that timeline, what's there to go back to? Shao Kahn has pretty much won.
Yeah, and he's stronger than the Elder Gods now with the power of Armageddon. So we plan to be suicide to fight him.
Yeah. So, what next game do you want to talk about then? Should we talk
Oh,
about...
I thought we were still talking about Mortal Kombat. I still have a few things to say.
Okay.
Vegito?
You can still talk about it.
Okay, let me see. Let me think in my mind a sec. Actually, you have anything to say, Sam?
Well, actually, I did say what all I had to say about that. I pretty much said all I had to say about it concerning my likes and worries about the next game.
Yeah.
Like, when I first heard about this info, I was kind of scared, but when I looked up more info after I got back from the gym, Boone stated that, oh no, the old characters are definitely going to be making an appearance, and since most of the roster is going to be of the old characters, whether they're whether they're Hellspawn or old age versions of the characters, they're going to make a return. So okay, I'm not worried that much.
I think more than half the characters are going to be new characters, dude.
Yeah.
And also,
no, I mean, Ed Boone said that the old characters are going to make an appearance.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Also, another thing. How do you feel about Sub-Zero becoming a Hellspawn?
I'm honestly not against it a little bit. It's actually kind of a neat twist a little bit.
Yeah, but come on.
Although I do question, how did the cybernetics come off Sub-Zero? Seriously.
Quan Chi has a lot of powers.
I suppose he might have gave Sub-Zero a Hellspawn body.
Yeah, but why does Sub-Zero have white eyes now?
Hellspawn.
Yeah, but if Hawkman doesn't have fire powers, like Scorpion.
Maybe I think Quan Chi decided to have Sub-Zero keep them since they're unique to him. And also, how do I put this? Well, didn't Sub-Zero have his powers in the living world before Scorpion had his demonic powers?
Wait, what's it again?
Okay, did Scorpion gain his powers from making Hellspawn?
Yes. Well, yeah. When he was living, the only thing he knew how to do was his spear. When he came to Hellspawn, he got a lot of powers.
Okay. His spear and his very high level ninja skills. But when Sub-Zero was living, he had the ice powers. So I'm figuring Quan Chi just let him keep the ice powers because it was unique to him. While Scorpion didn't have any powers. So Quan Chi gave him hell powers to soup him up a little bit.
Yeah, but how does that explain Noob Saibot? Noob Saibot had ice powers too, but so Quan Chi gave him shadow powers instead.
Well, yeah, he gave him a brand new power. Quan Chi gave Scorpion Quan Chi gave Scorpion and Noob Saibot totally different elemental powers, while Sub-Zero, he already has his own unique powers. So he's like, okay, since you already have those, never mind.
So I was thinking, the title. I was thinking about like, is it either going to be a Mortal Kombat 10 game because it's X, or is it going to be a crossover game with like Killer Instinct or something? So.
For some reason, Ed Boon named it Mortal Kombat X, not Mortal Kombat 10.
Mm.
I wonder why, because it's to keep it from numbering the games. It kind of pissed me off.
Yeah, but also, I wonder, me and XM are wondering why they crossed out the Mortal Kombat logo.
Well, that's what I've been saying again. That's what makes us fear that they're going to kill off Liu Kang again, considering that, make Liu Kang a villain and then kill him off. well, that's our theory. Because again, the Mortal Kombat logo is supposed to represent Liu Kang, because his animality is the dragon form, and that's the symbolism for the Mortal Kombat games. And they just sort of samurai cut it in 4 pieces.
Yeah, so what do you think? What do you think about that, Chris?
And we're thinking like, are they gonna? Is Liu Kang gonna have some involvement into this because of the logo? The logo.
What did you say, Vegito?
I said, what's your opinion about that? About them crossing out the Mortal Kombat logo, and being that the Mortal Kombat logo used to represent Liu Kang's animality.
Well, I'll say to that is if they leave, it just pisses me off. Liu Kang's my favorite character. I'm gonna be pissed if something shitty happens to him. But that's
he's my favorite character too, man.
He's my favorite character too in Mortal Kombat as well. And I'm already pissed off at the shit that, and I'm pissed off at the shit they're doing in Mortal Kombat Legacy right now. I'm seriously, I'm so gonna pull my hair if Ed Boon does another Liu Kang stomp again.
Also, I got 2 things to say about Liu Kang. You know they're making a season 3, right? Right, Sam?
Well, for Legacy.
I already know. I already know they're making a season 3.
Yeah, because the director came back, isn't he?
Liu Kang's gonna come back. They're getting the same director.
Yeah, because the director's back now.
Well, I know. Well, I know that, Vegito, and I'm not excited for it at all. But people will see that once they see our riff.
All right. Also, another thing.
Because, I mean, seriously, in season 2, I mean, people say, oh, only Liu Kang was fucked. No, 3 characters were fucked in season 2: Liu Kang, Kung Lao, and Raiden. Okay, because okay, they turned Liu Kang into an evil fucking Sasuke wannabe psychopath. They made Kung Lao into, well, basically what Liu Kang should be, except for the whole, anyone who doesn't follow our Shaolin monk White Lotus fucking ideals is no better than those of Outrealm, even though the inhabitants of Outrealm are not bad either. They're just enslaved by Shao Kahn, but I'm not going to mention that because we're so fucking egotistical, BS fucking nonsense. And then let's not forget about Raiden. What was Raiden's significance in season? No. In all of Mortal Kombat Legacy? Nothing! Okay, first off, let me explain the fucking bad writing in Raiden's story. Raiden was sent himself from the heavens to, well, you know, in the games he went to the heavens to help guide Liu Kang. Or no, he appeared he appeared on Earth to help guide Liu Kang from his temple. And the same thing happens here. Only except, here's the thing. He landed, in the background of a mental institution. So why doesn't he just teleport out before the big guys in white hurl his ass to the prison? Where eventually he'll run out of power and he'll be in prison for a long ass period of time. But no, he doesn't teleport out. He doesn't teleport out to the other side of the fence. No, sir. He just stands there and tries to climb the fucking fence. And not only that, but here's the thing. Once he finally gets out, that's it. What does he add to the Mortal Kombat lore? Nothing.
Well, he went to China though, so maybe he went there to pick up.
We got the Chinese hat.
But that's the point. He didn't pick up Liu Kang. Stop being sarcastic, Vegito, because this is something that really pisses me off. Okay, he did nothing at fucking all. He had nothing more to the lore except, he escaped from the mental institution. That's it. His main role in the original series was that he was supposed to give guidance to Liu Kang. Other in this, he did not do that. So the next time he shows up, he's like, welcome to the tournament. I'm here because fuck you, I'm here. And I'm like, he added nothing. His main purpose in the original game was to guide Liu Kang, because unless specifically challenged by by Shang Tsung or Shao Kahn in their little tournaments, Raiden cannot enter at all. He is forbidden to enter. That's why That's why Raiden wanted to guide Liu Kang. But in this, Raiden can't fight at all. He literally cannot fight. So he remains useless throughout the whole entire thing. His purpose is wasted. He's a character that's wasted in this entire fucking series. His existence is pointless. Liu Kang's change has affected two more characters besides himself. This whole entire series sucks besides Jax and Sonya and a few others.
I hated the fact that did he win like a previous Mortal Kombat tournament and he joins like Shang Tsung in for the tournament. I'm saying what?
You're going what to Liu Kang joining Shang Tsung's side?
Mm?
Yeah, when he says that, it's implying that the first tournament already passed because Liu Kang mentioned that he tore off his head.
Which means that, yeah, he was in Mortal Kombat. It was in the first tournament, which took place in Mortal Kombat 1. So here's the thing: Shang Tsung is doing the whole, they mistreated you and all this stuff, blah blah blah. Life's not fair and all this shit. I was like, well, why don't you join my side? We'll make humanity fucking pay and all this shit. I'm like, they're treating Liu Kang like he's a dumbass or something. Like, jeez. Feelings and empathizing and feelings, does that really spell out Shang Tsung's character right fucking there? Liu Kang, are you a fucking dumbass?
I heard somebody said they're trying to please the Rebirth fans like in that trailer. So.
No. Even a realistic Liu Kang would have been easy to do. Liu Kang was raised as a Shaolin monk.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just him choosing those ideals. He grew up with those ideals. He wouldn't just abandon them. Like the best that could possibly happen was in the first Mortal Kombat movie, where okay, he questioned his ideals, but he didn't go against humanity. He just left the Shaolin Monk Temple, and eventually he went back because he's still fighting for what is right, and eventually he did go back to the Shaolin Monk ways, but. That's not the point. The point is, it was not that big of a drastic change. It was still like it was like a cute alternate twist to Liu Kang, but still keeping in character. This is like the polar opposite of his character.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, how do you feel about let's see. I want to ask Goku this. How did you feel about Legacy Liu Kang and how the director said that they basically didn't have a story for Liu Kang? They pretty much just made everything up on the go.
Yeah, we'll just start him off in a bar, and we'll just think where we'll just start him off in a bar of all places, and think of our plot for him right there.
Yeah. The thing that actually kind of bugs me about Season 1 is that, okay, if you don't want to use Liu Kang, that's fine, but the answer they gave for why he didn't
That's not fine.
No. If you don't want to use him, if you don't think you have a story to tell with that character for Season 1, fine. I think the story should dictate who you use in said project. If you don't have a good... these were individual stories for each character, that's fine. I understand that. But his explanation was Liu Kang is oversaturated in the Mortal Kombat franchise, and what I have to say to that is bullshit. You have Vegito and Scorpion, and those characters are in how many games? Every fucking damn game knows the name.
Well, Scorpion is Ed Boon's favourite character, so...
I know. Well, I know that. Now people are gonna get me as like, well, you hate Scorpion. Like, no, I don't hate Scorpion. In fact, I can see why Ed Boon likes him. I mean, do I think he's overrated? Yeah, but that's like me saying Wolverine's overrated. But everyone loves Scorpion and Wolverine, so I'm not gonna hate Scorpion or anything. But the thing is, but I'm not gonna bash him either. But here's the thing. I think Liu Kang gets a lot of stomping, so to speak.
Yeah, even by the fans, dude. They hate their own main character.
You know what I would have done with Mortal Kombat Legacy Season 1? I would have took Cyrax and Sector out and put Liu Kang in instead.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't do anything with them. That's another thing. They didn't even do anything with them. What are they gonna do with these characters? Jax and Sonya, which I think are the best characters in Mortal Kombat Legacy, they still have not made an appearance. In fact, no. The guy that shows up at the very end of their entire story, Striker, he makes an appearance, not Jax and Sonya. What the fuck?
I heard that, is it Michael J. White that plays Jax? He's meant to be in the film.
Oh, I think the film's canceled, dude.
Oh, is the film cancelled? Oh, okay.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so because they're not talking about it. They only talk about season 3.
Yeah, I know. That's
the movie was supposed to come out around the same time as Mortal Kombat X.
I know, right? And it still hasn't, which makes me feel that okay, the movie's canceled, so we're just gonna do a season 3. I'm like, this series is not that good. But then again, part of me likes to hope that maybe some fans are seeing behind the bullshit of the Liu Kang storyline and actually not, and you know they're not giving it too many views, and at best a few negative views, at least just a little bit of a few, and the more negative reviews the better. I'm fucking sick of I'm sick and disgusted by how they treated Liu Kang in this. They fuck up his character and indirectly fucked up 2 more characters in the fucking process.
I have a question. What about the fans defending the Legacy Liu Kang? And what about...
Dude, I've been talking to them so many times, and most of the time their defense is oh, Liu Kang is such goody two-shoes. No one wants to see that anymore. Okay, fair enough. That's a fair argument, except for the fact that if being goody two-shoes is the big problem for this, then why'd you make Kung Lao that way? Your argument fails.
Well, your argument fails because that's the core aspect of the character. I hate when people say that about Superman. If a character is a certain way, you shouldn't change that character.
Well, their argument fails in both ways. What your way, the way you just described Vegito, and the way that okay, if they didn't make Liu Kang because he's too, the way he should be because he's too goody two shoes, then why did you? Then why did you somewhat make Kung Lao that way? It's stupid. It fails. You cannot justify that. They just changed Liu Kang because they hate Liu Kang being the main character, which is fucking bogus considering the fact that Liu Kang is the main character. His animality is on the freaking logo, which you know what? I'm gonna criticize that with Mortal Kombat Legacy. Did they have the dragon as the logo in Mortal Kombat Legacy? Did they, Vegito? I want to know right now.
Oh, what?
The animality.
Did they have the dragon did they have the dragon on the Mortal Kombat Legacy logo?
Yeah, except it's all burned and ruined.
They see my point exactly.
Yeah, the Mortal Kombat logo.
It's burned to ruin. See that's symbolism fucking right there.
See, I didn't like the fact of season 2, like Raiden, like wearing his Chinese hat and where's his staff? And he meant to be the protector of.
No, Legacy 2, he didn't have his hat.
I just wish he did.
Yeah, but also.
You know, a couple of times we actually confused Kung Lao to be Raiden when he was in the shadows. Like, oh shit, false alarm. I was like, oh shit, it's Raiden. Hopefully we can get this franchise up and running again. Oh shit, it's Kung Lao, false alarm.
So, what do you think they should do with season 3 to like improve on it?
Kill off Liu Kang.
They should cancel it. That would be an overall improvement.
Kill off Liu Kang because it's obviously that they fucked him up. So I'd rather want him dead now before they ruin him anymore.
I want him dead too because, well. I mean, sure you can change like okay, you can make him have mixed feelings and have him become a good guy. But the thing is, the character's so. Well, no. Here's the thing. Here's the thing with me. You can try and make him redeemable again by have him have feelings and all that shit. I wonder if I'm doing this the right thing. Blah blah blah. The thing is. Okay, that's fine. You can do that, but the thing is, one, you took away one aspect, and two, a personal opinion. One, the personal opinion is the character is so hateful already. You pretty much cemented the fact that I just want this character dead. Literally, I hate him so much. He's so unlikable that I've never hated a character this much since Sasuke Uchiha. And that's
what about Giko?
I hate him just as much as Gigo. But that's another story in general. But here's another. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay. Now they could go with the whole. They could go with the whole like. Oh, he has conflicting opinions and eventually becomes a hero in the end. But the thing is that the whole story proves that he's not the purest of souls, because if he was the purest of souls, you know, there's a reason why the other gods chose him, and also there's a reason why the other gods chose him, because he's the purest of heart. If he was the purest of heart, none of this shit would fucking happen.
True.
So this either creates a whole this creates a humongous plot hole, or that the elder gods are just giant fucking idiots.
He just basically fucks the character up the ass, so...
I have a question up to Goku, since he's a big Liu Kang fan.
Yes.
How do you feel about Ed Boon even admitting that Liu Kang is a bit of a goody two shoes, and they gotta change it up?
That, so I don't know. I mean, yet again, he can think whatever he wants. That's fine.
But he created the character.
Yeah, but he created the character. You got to think about it. How long has this character been around for? You can create somebody a certain way, and then regret making them that way.
Well, here's the thing. I admit he's a goody two-shoes, but that's what I like about him. Like, look what they reduced Liu Kang to in Mortal Kombat Legacy. The typical fucking revenge character. Gee, like, we haven't had enough of those in Mortal Kombat already.
I heard Goro was going to be in Season 3.
Yeah, he's supposed to, along with his brother, but they're probably going to put him in Season 3. He's supposed to be in Season 2, along with Cabal.
His brother, is that animated movie?
Yeah, the Black Goro.
The Journey Begins. Yeah.
The Black Goro.
Yeah. That was good back in the day. I used to remember playing Mortal Kombat 3 and I used to get my codes, like, I was like, yes, I'm ready.
I'm serious. Every time I think of Mortal Kombat Legacy, it just pisses me off. I can't even, it's hard for me to even think of the good stuff like Sonya and Jax, because they were pulled off perfectly. Even Johnny Cage to an extent. The movie focused on more the joke aspect of Johnny Cage, while Legacy focused on the more personal side of Johnny Cage, so to speak.
Yeah, because
Johnny Cage is the hardships. So I like that Johnny Cage as well. Even though I'd prefer if they chose if they still stick with the same first actor of the first season. I would have preferred that. But and then there's Jax and Sonya. I mean, those are pulled off so well, and to quote Vegito, he was like excited for all the other characters, and when season 2 came along, takes a shit.
Yeah, but my only minor complaint with Kano is that I think he's a little too young, don't you think?
Yeah, he's a little bit young, but then again, he does pull off the personality of Kano, so I guess you can say they kind of got the character right.
Okay. Also, with Johnny Cage, is that people seem to think that he's just an asshole. But I don't know. Johnny Cage, he is kind of an asshole. But Johnny Cage, his whole purpose of Mortal Kombat is just to rebuild his movie career, because that's what he cares the most about. That's pretty much his passion. And
because yeah, he was a joke character, but then again, he does have a badass quality to him, so I'm not gonna hate on him.
Yeah, especially since kind of like his background, where he was bullied in high school, so he started training, and then he became a movie star.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Johnny Cage right there.
That's funny, because if I'm not mistaken, that's actually the same story of who's that guy everyone wanted as Batman, or a lot of people
Scott Adkins.
Yeah, that's his story from what I understand.
That's the thing. Vegito, didn't Johnny Cage wasn't Johnny Cage sort of inspired off Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Yeah, he was inspired off Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's why in the first. That's why in the first Mortal Kombat
that's what Scott Adkins was inspired by as well.
Okay, so they're both inspired by Jean-Claude Van Damme, and they're
And
both bullied.
was he bullied in high school? Because I heard he was mugged on a bus when he was 15. And I don't know if that started or that's what that's what accelerated his training.
I don't know about Scott Adkins, but I know Johnny Cage was bullied in high school. He got beat up a lot, and that's why he started training. And then he became a movie star after that.
Yeah. So you want them
Yeah.
to cancel the seasons and just do a live action movie then?
I don't know about that, man. There's still some characters I like.
Not just cancel the series entirely. I think we were good. I think we were good off on the video game. Seriously, or how about this? Better yet, make an animated series. That would be much better.
Yeah, but what about the good characters in Legacy?
Because remember, Vegito, Mortal Kombat is owned by Warner Brothers, and you know how good they are with their DC characters. Make a Mortal Kombat. Make it Mortal Kombat animated series.
That would be cool, but I still kind of like Legacy for some of the characters though. So I don't know.
We do. But that's the thing, Vegito. You have to understand. When we're thinking about the stuff that happened in the first season, and then shit gets bad in the second season, you think things are gonna get better, but no. Here's the thing: they're gonna take what was good in the first season, possibly, and mix it together with the crap in the second season, which means they'll let you ruin this shit. Do you want that to happen?
No way, man. No way. That's why I want this shit canceled. Cancel. Just make an animated series on this shit and do it right, seriously. Because again, Warner Brothers is good with TV series. They are always good with TV series. Make a Mortal Kombat make a proper Mortal Kombat animated series. But here, now you might think, well, how could you say that after all the good they did in Mortal Kombat Legacy? I'm like, oh, I would say it's a tragedy because they did Johnny Cage and Jax and Sonya so good, and then with Liu Kang and Kung Lao and Raiden, they just fucked up so badly, and it's oh my god. Katana was alright. How do you feel about Scorpion and Sub-Zero getting
Well, as far as I'm concerned, it pissed off a lot of Sub-Zero fans since both Sub-Zeros are done.
Yeah, and they tried to make Sub-Zero into the victim here, say he had nothing to do with it, and he's actually Scorpion's best friend. Isn't that kind of some bullshit right there?
I've seen bigger bullshit stuff, so I'm not gonna really hype on it that much. Since this is kind of an alternate universe, so to speak, I get that little change. I think he has enough leeway to pass through. But here's the thing. Do you think that is big as do you think it's as big as a problem as the Liu Kang subplot?
Oh, no way, man.
Now,
Scorpion still hated Sub-Zero as much as he did in the original games because he thinks Sub-Zero killed his family, so he hates him just as much.
Mm-hmm. And in fact, I give I have more gripes on on them killing Sub-Zero, both Sub-Zeros. But then again, and I question in season 2 if that guy on the hill really was Sub-Zero, and not just some black ninja.
But yeah, we've talked about Mortal Kombat for a while, and
Oh no, who was that guy in the fucking cloak? I still don't know who that guy was.
That was Ermac.
What? He looks nothing like Ermac. He's a guy in a fucking
It took away his ninja look to make him. He's got like white face paint on and everything. He kind of looks like a black-faced zombie.
That's stupid. He's supposed to be a red ninja forged by 1,000 or 1,000,000 souls.
1,000
You
souls.
can't do that. 1,000 souls. It was what was so badass about him.
But anyway, I'm not trying to sound rude, but I think they want to talk about something different other than Mortal Kombat.
Okay, yeah,
As
sorry.
a-
Sorry, it's just that we had a lot to rant about.
Yeah, do you want to talk about Arkham Knight?
Arkham Knight looks pretty cool, but honestly, I'm not the biggest Batman fan, at least in the games.
Speak for me, because I've been a fan of the Arkham games. The only one I don't like is,
Origins?
well, is Origins, only because it's, how do I put this? It's open world, and they did to the absurd amount where I had to wander around the entire planet to figure out where the fuck I have to go. And
Well, I've yet to play Origin, so I don't know how that game fares. Mine
Well,
is Arkham Asylum, just because I think doing a game open world to me brings the game down in a peg. It makes the game give you more to do, but then you don't know where to go or what to do. So that's why I think structured games.
Well, Arkham City is not open world. Well, it kind of is, but it kind of isn't. You see,
No, it's by definition open world. You can go anywhere you want, whenever you want. No, that game is absolutely by definition open world.
well, I mean, compare Arkham City to what was the one I was complaining about?
Arkham Origins.
Yeah. Compare Arkham City. Compare Arkham City's open world experience to Arkham Origins experience. You'll see what I'm complaining about. You see, they barely give any notification where you have to fucking go. Where in Arkham City, you do have indication, which I'll like, keep that. I'll still play that even if it's open world. I like open world games like that. But with Arkham or Origins, you have no indication, and it pissed me off because I had to walk around the entire planet trying to figure out where to fucking go.
I'm just saying I've not played the game, so I don't know how well it does. But
Arkham City's good. Yeah. It's just that it's just the thing is well, in fact, the game is so good, honestly, it makes Arkham Asylum underrated. Meaning I like Arkham Asylum as well. But from what it looks like, but what it looks like from Arkham Knight, it's gonna make Arkham Asylum seem outdated. Not that I don't like Arkham Asylum, but it makes it seem like, you know, Arkham Asylum is going to be outdated, so to speak, because goddamn, I think it's from what they're showing in the game, you know, in the game leakages, you know, like the information they're leaking out, like the stuff that they're going to allow Batman to do. Oh my God, there's going to be so much stuff Batman can do in that game that you can never do in an asylum, let alone a city. I mean, hell, you can even ride the fucking Batmobile. And that's something I've been waiting for since Arkham City.
Same. Are you saying that because of the outdated?
Which really made me pissed off in Arkham Origins, like, this whole time I'm wandering around I'm gliding around the entire city, the whole entire time, looking for where I need to fucking go, and it never shows me where to go. And I'm like, God, I wish I had a Batmobile right now.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, you were saying about the outdated stuff. Are you saying that because of the it's just on next gen consoles?
No. I'm saying Arkham Knight is going to make Arkham Asylum feel outdated. Not look or anything or any of that stuff. It's going to make it feel outdated due to how much Arkham Knight is going to be able to pull off, while Arkham Asylum is...
Are you saying that because it's on your next gen consoles? Or?
No, I'm not. I'm absolutely not saying that. That's why I'm saying it's going to make it feel outdated, but it's not. In fact, it's not technically, Arkham Asylum is technically not even an old game. It's just that it's just gonna make it feel outdated. Now, I'm not saying Arkham Asylum is a bad game. It's not. It's actually a very good game. It's still ranked in my top 20 favorite games. But and Arkham City is definitely on there as well. Yeah. But the thing is, here's the thing. It seems like Arkham Knight's definitely gonna be. It's definitely going to become the definitive Batman game.
Yeah, because it's the last one, and is he going to retire? Is he going to die? Is he... God knows.
No, he's definitely not going to die. I can guarantee that. but you know,
I've heard a
no one,
rumor that Superman is in the game.
So it's
Oh,
going to
really?
be like Dark Knight Returns.
so Superman's
what
in the game, huh? Wow.
What I'm guessing is I'm guessing the end of the game is going to, I have a really, really high guess. The reason why this is the last Batman game is because the next game will be a Justice League game.
Oh, okay.
Who knows what Rockstar will do? Rockstar's wowed me many times. Now,
Rocksteady, not Rockstar.
Yeah.
sorry, Rocksteady. What the hell was I saying? I'm sorry.
No GTA franchise.
I'm thinking of GTA. What the fuck am I doing? Okay, yeah, Rocksteady has wowed me. What?
They're both open world games, so.
Well, yeah, I know. When I was thinking of overworld, I was thinking of GTA. Yeah, but Rocksteady has wowed me many times with Batman. In fact, when I saw one of Young Rod's videos when Arkham City came out, I had to agree with him. This convinces us both that you can make any superhero game right. Just heavily study on the lore of the character and properly adapt that into perfect synchronicity, which Rocksteady definitely did do. But then again, how do I put this? Batman's been with us for years, so they had plenty of time to master him. While Spider-Man, yeah, he's cool, and I kind of like him a little bit better than Batman. And I grew up with Batman as a kid, but they definitely have not had enough time to fully master him. Definitely not Superman, since, well, how do I put this? Superman's OP as fuck. And not only that, but he suffers from the Superman curse. Meaning, no movie, nothing they adapt him in, even in movies, is good. Not even in video games. Nothing they adapt him in is good, except the animated cartoons. That's it. And it pisses me off!
I was going to say the most disappointing thing about E3 is that, no Kingdom Hearts 3, no Final Fantasy 15.
They promised that. Wonder what's taking it. I mean, because I know Neo GameSpark wants Kingdom Hearts 3 to come out, and I know a lot of fans like Kingdom Hearts 3 to come out. So, come on, E3, give us the goods.
Yeah, but before we get going, there is one last thing I would like to talk about. We all should get our last one, but I take it none of you guys are Xbox fans. At the Xbox,
I like the Xbox with the online, so
yeah.
Xbox just does not have content that interests me, and it seems like Microsoft just seems like a bunch of corporate thieves to me.
Their conference was interesting though because they was going for the game side of it instead of the TV side of it.
I mean, hell, my brother's getting an Xbox One right now, but the thing is, I'm not going to enter his room ever again because, it's been confirmed by the masses and by Microsoft that they can literally spy on their users through their Kinect.
Well, you don't need to have a Kinect anymore, so just get one without a Kinect.
Good. I don't want having that motherfucker.
Yeah, it's the same price as a PS4. But the thing I wanted to bring up is the Halo Master Chief Collection, which is just amazing for Halo fans.
Yeah.
This is the collection that we deserve.
Yeah.
The only main game out of the series, which you can argue if it's a main game, but the only main game out of the series is Halo Fall of Reach. But we're getting. But if you don't know what it comes with Halo, Halo Anniversary, Halo 2 Anniversary, Halo 3, Halo 4. A new movie that I forgot what it's called. It introduces the new character that will be playable. I believe will be playable in Halo 5, and it gives you the beta code to Halo 5. So for Halo fans, this is fantastic. This is really cool. And when I eventually get an Xbox One, which will be a long time from now, the earliest I'll be getting one is late next year. But no, it's probably going to be 2016 or something when I get one, if I can get one that soon. This will be one of the first games I get. This.
I'm not really that big of a Halo fan, but one of my best friends is a Halo fan, and he's as much of a Halo fan as I am a Metal Gear fan. Well, actually, he likes Metal Gear and Halo equally, so I can understand. Both me and him are both on the same synchronicity when it comes to the level of fandom he has for Halo and I have for Metal Gear. So
Yeah.
he has prime knowledge of the Halo franchise, and I would sort of so if I was a fan of the Halo franchise, I would sort of stick with his opinion on. I would probably agree with his opinion on it that Halo should have ended at 3, because that's where the main creators sort of left.
Yeah, speaking of Halo, what do you think of Destiny?
I actually don't mind them. First of all, it's a huge franchise, but there is people that could make the same argument about Metal Gear Solid 4. I mean, I don't.
For Kojima was heavily involved in 4.
No, I understand, but it should have ended at 4. Somebody could make the same argument that it should have ended at 4, and the idea of it is,
It still did. Rising is technically the non-canon spin-off.
No, I understand. I'm just saying.
It is canon. What are you talking about?
Okay. Here, many fans have debated whether or not it's canon. Kojima pretty much made the same argument as Akira Toriyama that it's a spin-off. It's a spin-off series, and like Dragon Ball GT. He was only the producer, not really the full fronter on that game.
Yeah, because they had to switch companies, didn't they?
Sort of, yeah.
No, he didn't. He switched companies. No, I just heard he wasn't. He just wasn't involved.
The guy was switched companies.
They got Platinum Games. Yeah. Go ahead.
Now here's the thing. I love Rising, but story-wise, it's really iffy with me. But the music, I'm addicted to it. I even have it on my cell phone when I play it. But let's go back to Halo.
There is 2 more things before we end this podcast.
Let's go back to Halo, where Goku was talking about it.
Yeah, I was just saying that I actually like Halo 4 a lot. I got to play that fairly early on because most of the Halo games I didn't get to play early on when they were released. One of my good friends bought that game and let me borrow it. And I got to beat that game. Had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
I mean, the Halo games are fantastic games. There's not a bad one in the bunch. We finally got to go to a Forerunner planet, which if you don't know about Halo, that's a very long story, but the Forerunners are the bitch. They're awesome.
Yeah, speaking of Halo, what do you think of Destiny from the same creators of Halo and Call of Duty?
Oh, I cannot wait for Destiny. See, here's the thing, okay? Destiny is going to be on a system I own. But I don't think I want to buy Destiny for my PS3. I think I want to wait for the next gen experience for that game. That game is going to be great.
Is it on PC?
It's I believe it's on PC. I think the only thing it's not on, other than handhelds, is Wii U, which is a shame.
Yeah. There's one more last thing before we end this podcast. Assassin's Creed. What did you think of it, Mark?
Okay. To be completely honest with you, I'm not too thrilled with where they're going right now with it. This is my personal opinion. People who are, if this had been like the side game and we got like a main story game, I'd be fine with it. But Comet wasn't announced. No announcement of Comet. So, are they going to have a last-gen version of it? Like, I don't mind having this game, and it be co-op focused. And apparently there is a main character who is a character. I thought it was going to be more like this was like a generic character because it's a co-op play game. So I don't know what they're doing with it. I don't mind them doing a style game.
Cue the fan reactions. I personally find Assassin's Creed boring.
Okay, that's fine. That's perfectly acceptable. I mean, I don't like the direction they're going in. How do you feel? Amazing.
I like the setting and going with the French Revolution.
Oh, that's going to be amazing. I mean, the setting is good. I just don't like the new mechanics to the game. Let me put it that way. Not every game needs co-op, and that's fine to have co-op in a game. But they're making it seem like this is the main focus of the game. Will it be able to be playable without co-op? I'm almost positive. I'm not even concerned about that. I'm just saying, when you focus a game on co-op, and that's the only game you get, this might be the first Assassin's Creed game that I actually just plain skip.
Yeah, I think the most interesting thing about the game is I'm looking forward to what they're going to actually do to the future setting, because they put somebody in Animus in Black Flag, didn't they? So what are they actually going to do with that? Have you actually completed Black Flag?
No, I'm very early on in that game still. Yeah. I got to the part where they reveal that there's a new person in the Animus, and that's it.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm a pirate, and that's where I ended it. And until I have time to play the game, I'm not picking it up. Right now, I've been reading a lot of manga, so yeah.
Desmond is definitely dead. So they're gonna use him for like future references. So
see, here's the thing that kind of bugged me: if there were rumors going around, or not rumors, theories going around, that the new character would be Eve, and I wish they would have went that route. I want to meet, like, basically that Desmond is Adam's line of attention, and then there's Eve's line, and we get to see Eve's line.
We had that in the end of Liberation, didn't we?
What do you mean?
Somewhere about Eve. Have you completed Liberation?
They did mention Eve?
Yeah. In Liberation, yeah.
Okay, any final thoughts on E3?
E3's been great.
I thought Nintendo won it. I thought Nintendo won it this year, definitely. So
Yes, I agree. So yeah, this was Goku for the Someone.